So I ran into this, he's not homeless. He just lives out of his truck on the road. He's a vagabond. He's an Air Force veteran. He's a super interesting guy. And he asked me an impossible question, at least at first. He says, Jeff, I don't know where I'm going to die, but I don't want to be cremated. Okay. How do you explain what to do with your body if there's nobody around who knows what to do with your body? Well, as a matter of fact, I know the answer to that question. I used to work in the funeral industry, and I know how big to make a box called a casket. I know the strategies to make that happen. As you can see, I'm a woodworker, not high-end, but I can make a box for a friend of mine to put his mortal remains in and then use it as a storage box before that time happens. And that is why I like this story. Okay, Stephen. This is Stephen. He is, I would say, a nomad is what you would prefer to be called, right?
Yeah, well, or a traveling disciple.
Okay, all right. Let's see your rig.
Okay.
Okay.
And that God is love, that came out of Salvation Mountain when I was visiting Salvation Mountain in California.
Okay. Which is, and it says God is love on the mountain. And
yeah, on the mountain.
And you were there, and they were kind of worried about you being there, so you said, okay, I'll just put this on my rig, and they can't get mad at me. Is that
exactly,
right?
Exactly. And then I'm parked in the parking lot, and anybody who has questions.
This is your house.
Yeah.
Which kind of looks like an oversized dog kennel a little bit, right?
Well, I would rather not look at it in that way.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if... Anyway, let's look
yeah,
around.
I mean, it would be a nice home for a dog.
And so, okay, now wait a minute now. Okay, never mind. Open up this. Okay. This is where you live.
Right.
You sleep on the floor in there then?
Well, no, I'm going to sleep on top of the coffin we're going to build.
Okay, right, we'll get to that. But right now, your plan is to put a coffin in here.
Yeah, and you told me 84 inches, but you look at that tape measure.
Yeah, it's a little tight. Okay, I got it.
And then there's this molding right here.
Yeah, we're fine.
It wasn't going to fit.
Okay, now why? Okay, why do you want a coffin?
Well, a casket. Well, I was like on Bureau of Land Management land in Lake Havasu, Arizona.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting place. And like 100 yards away from me, they discovered this elderly man dead.
Okay. Yeah.
So that got me thinking.
Yeah.
Living the lifestyle I do, eventually there's a good chance that I'll be found dead.
Yeah.
Like that. And
does that bother you at all?
No.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, continue.
I've lost the fear of death. That was taken from me in 2013, the fear of death. That's a whole nother story.
Sure.
But so I started thinking about it. I said, well, why don't I just build a casket? Because I don't want to get burned, right?
Cremated. Yeah.
Cremated.
Yeah.
I don't want to be burned up. And when you're living a nomadic life, the default is cremate them and put them in the national cemetery because I'm a veteran.
Sure. Okay.
So I have that benefit. Mm. So if I already have my my last request in an envelope in my glove box, they find it, they'll open it up and they'll say, okay, I guess there's a casket in his truck. Mm-hmm. And so we just need to simply, the coroner will contact the VA and follow the Veterans Administration's instructions on what to do. Mm-hmm. My preference is just be put directly into the ground at the nearest national cemetery.
Okay.
But so, and not be embalmed or anything. So if they have provision for a green burial, I'll do that.
All right. All right. You're talking to the right guy.
Yeah, you're,
I mean, I'm
you're-
not a good woodworker, but I know a little bit about cemeteries and other things. So here, I'll just sketch it out for you, okay? All
Okay.
right, let's go.
So when I decided to do this, I needed a four-season solution because I have friends and family up here in the Great Plains.
You're talking about
The truck, so I needed to find something that I could survive the winter in, and that's highly insulated. It's like a Yeti box.
How do you vent it? I guess there is a vent on it. I saw.
There's a vent on both sides,
Okay.
yeah, and there's windows.
All right, let me just draw this diagram. All right. All right, so basically a casket is just a glorified box, right? So it's here it is here, and the dimensions are to fit the container. All right, now you're noticing that this is 1/2-inch plywood.
Right.
You're saying, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't look like this is going to work. Okay, so let's talk about this because first, we're going to start with the sides. So here's the sides right here. And let me just do a side diagram of the sides, okay? Boom, boom, there's the side. I'm going to glue. You see these strips of wood there?
Yes.
Those are exactly the width of a piece of plywood. So I'm sorry, a 2x4.
Okay.
So we're going to glue these like a lip in the bottom.
Okay.
Glue them in like a lip. And then we're going to put the bottom in like so, okay? So the base here will be on a lip all the way around. And you're saying, wait a minute, what if it sags in the middle here, Jeff? Well, that's why it's the width of a 2x4. I'll then put a 2x4 across the bottom. So you'll be sitting on 3 2x4s,
Okay.
braced across the bottom on the sides.
Okay.
You're not going to fall through.
Okay.
No way. Now the end of this is also going to be, it's going to be inset a little bit. And that's going to be made with 2x4s like so. And then there's going to be your handle probably here. I could put it in the middle for decor, but I think we're okay. Top or bottom is where we're going to put the rope handle. And then along the sides, we're going to beef it up with 2x4s like so for the pallbearers, so to speak.
Okay.
And then we're going to beef up the inside of the lip with 2x4s, right? So it's going to look like a glorified, ammo case or something, right?
Okay, that's fine.
And it'll be rugged.
Okay.
They would say back in the funeral business that your casket needed to fit the lifestyle of the person, right? So presidents of the United States, they get buried in something called a Marcellus casket, which is mahogany about like yay, super nice. Look at any picture of a president's funeral. That's the Marcellus casket.
Okay.
And that they're heavy, and you see the servicemen carry them, and they're wincing because they're carrying a load. I think the casket alone is like 400 pounds. Anyway,
Really?
It makes sense because they represent the might and power of the United States. Your cat.
What do I represent?
You represent rugged, off the beaten path individuality.
Okay.
This fits, doesn't it? Wouldn't you say this?
Oh
fits
yeah,
you?
it fits. It fits.
Okay, now you're exactly right on everything that you've said about being a veteran. An honorably discharged veteran can be buried in any national cemetery. You just need proof of that, which is your discharge paper. The language is a DD 214.
Right.
Anybody who's a veteran knows that DD 214.
Right.
Now, the trouble is that when you die, the communication is going to be difficult. So you're going to want in your vehicle obvious DD 214. When I die, in case I die, open this package, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll have written out what that is.
Right.
Every county kind of has an indigent clause. I mean, you can't just have a body hanging around and know they're not going to take it to the landfill. right?
Right.
So they're going to call.
Indigent is somebody without friends or family or resources.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the box they put you in.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I know.
Okay.
The category.
So they will call probably the funeral home in that county who has that contract.
Okay.
So every year or so, the county says, okay, who wants the, indigent homeless contract? Oh, well, we'll take it. And then they'll say, well, how much? And they wrangle out a deal. So when you die, they'll call boop, 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 and they'll call this particular funeral home, and they will come and pick you up. I think everything will go according to Hoyle. If you're at all nervous, you might call at the county you're in. If you're hanging out, let's say you're hanging out in the county, and you like it there, and you want to be there over the winter. You might call the county and say, which funeral home has the contract?
The indigent.
And then you'd call that funeral home and say, hey, I'm hanging out here. I'm in good shape, but just in case, here it is. Now, okay, so then they've got the DD 214.
Yeah.
The powers that be, the government, whatever, will pay for you to be transported to any national cemetery, the one that's closest.
Right.
Okay, and that's okay with you?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, all right. Easy peasy then.
Yeah.
So they'll take you to their place. You'll say, do not embalm. They'll say, fine. Makes my job a little easier.
Right.
There might be some, if they don't find you for a while, there might be some hoops, there might be some local regulations, but when you say I don't want to be embalmed, it's called a direct burial.
Okay.
Direct burial, and write that, and I'll help you with that.
Okay.
And direct burial means they don't have to do a ceremony.
Right.
There's no, and that's true, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if the local American Legion wants to do their thing, they can do their thing.
They can if they want to, but
Right.
you will not be there.
Right.
Because you couldn't have an unembalmed body in a public location.
Exactly.
For biohazards.
Right.
So you would say, okay. And then what they would probably do is like, hey, if you want to, call the local VFW so when they do their honor roll at whenever,
Yeah.
on Memorial Day, your name might be on the list, right? Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, so they'll pick you. You will die. The authorities will find you. Oh no! And oh, wait a minute. And then they'll go, okay. And then they'll call the funeral home with the contract.
Right.
And say, we got one for you. They'll come and pick up the details. They will then call the National Cemetery and say, we have a body to be delivered. They'll get in their queue. He's not embalmed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if they have regulations that say, no, everybody's got to be embalmed. Everybody. I don't know that that's the case.
Right.
But if that's the regulations, you're not going to be able to do anything about it.
Right. Right.
Because here's what we know. Dead people have no power. Right. I have seen many a person write out specific details, and then their survivors come in and say, yeah, we're not going to do any of that. And they'll go, okay, because
Right.
you're gone and you can't complain, but they can.
Right.
Okay? All righty.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do.
And I think I have no voice now.
All right. So let's get to work, shall we?
Okay. What?
All right. So here we are. I want to just stand right here. This is the width of your casket. Okay. By the way, you're of sound mind, right? I don't need to be.
I'm of sound mind.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not.
That debate's been decided.
Okay. So this is the width of the box. Okay. And this is going to be. Here, stand like so. Face me. Face me. Face me. I'm here. There you go. Stand right there. And that is the. Okay. All right.
I'll fit
You'll fit.
snugly.
Yeah. It'll be a snug. It'll be tight, like a glove, they'll say.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right. So we're going to start with this. We're going to take these pieces. Now, whenever you build a box, You know about this, right? You build a box, and you say, what's this by this? Well, then you got to add this measurement because it's the thickness of the wood, or to take it away. So it really depends on how you build your box, where it is, right? So, and that involves a lot of brain work, which I try to avoid. So I build the box as we go, so I don't cut too short or too long. If you don't understand that, you'll see it in a minute. This is going to be the exterior.
Okay.
And this is going to be the interior.
Okay.
All right. So on this interior, like so, I'm going to ask you a question here. This is going to be what's glued to the side, and the bottom sits on this.
Okay.
And remember now, hand me one of those 2x4s. And then periodically, this will go all the way across to the other side.
Okay.
So the board is going to sit on this.
Okay.
Is a double lip enough?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it then.
If you've engineered it and figured it out and done all the math.
But the good news is that if it falls through, if the whole project falls through, that's literally what's going to happen. Okay. Too soon? Maybe. Okay, so now let's look at the box end. Okay. This is going to be the end of the box. It's going to be inset. Remember I talked about those?
Right.
So this is going to be, why don't you take that pen there, right here. Okay. And mark it right here. Hold that. Okay. 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 So when we glue this, we glue it up to there, but not over the end. You see what I'm saying? That makes sense, right?
Yes.
All right. And they do the same thing for the other side. All right. Now, all we have to do is glue these in place. So I'm going to get the glue and a brush. We'd like to make this completely biodegradable. So we're going to clamp it together with glue.
Okay.
And then we're going to use screws to clamp it. We can remove those screws once the glue is dry.
Okay.
Or leave them in.
Okay.
You said you wanted it completely biodegradable.
As much as possible, okay. Yeah. I'm not, I mean, we bury so much trash every day in the landfills.
Yeah, I hear that.
I mean,
okay.
The little bit of debris in a burial spot is nothing compared to what we plant into the earth every day. I've been to every one of these states except for this one. I have Alaska left.
Well, you're going to you thinking about going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get like a summer work or something up there. But
yeah, so you live on like $50 a day, is that about right?
That's about it, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to use this chip brush, and that's your Social Security, is that what it is?
Yeah, Social Security and then a small pension from the Air Force.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to take this like so, and you're going to slather this glue up like that, okay?
But I do take gig work on when it's available.
Okay, spread that out. Okay. 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 You're not painting a mural, just get it slathered out. Go down, now do that one. Okay, all right. All right.
Put it flush to the bottom?
Yep, just like I talked about. Okay. Just like so. No, okay, there we go, right like that. That's good, right there, okay? Perfect. And now I'm going to clamp this like yay, just temporary. And now you're going to do it again. And let's do this, just because, why
Don't
not?
need a clamp here?
I will get one right now. Well, let's just put, now let's kind of do it with these smaller ones. So I don't get my, okay, all along. All right. Make sure they're flush. And then we clamp them like so. We clamp them like so. We move all the way down the line, okay? All right. You good? Unclamp it.
There we go.
Okay. And this is the part I'm worried about. Now, just right here. So, because this is the bottom, this is going to slide on your bottom. I don't want it to stick out too much. Okay, good. Yeah. That's good. Keep going down the way, and when you get a new one on, all of these are the right width. Now, if you put them together, Stephen,
yeah,
and it sticks over the side like so, don't glue it up. Mark it, and then I'll cut it on the chop saw so it's flush, okay? All right. And then, here's going to be my permanent clamping. And take this like so, and drive it in. This is not plywood, it's called strand board. All right. Now, the screw sticks out the bottom, but that's okay, because this is just here to clamp it, okay? We'll remove it after the glue sets up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever used one of these before?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's the job. Keep moving down, and I'm following behind you. Okay. I'm going to cut a little bit off, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Keep gluing, keep gluing. Glue, glue, clamp, clamp, glue, glue, clamp, clamp. There we go. Perfect. All right. Nice. Okay. So you know what I'm doing here, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you just start continuing the process? Take a clamp and move it over, and then screw it in. Take a clamp, move it over, screw it in. Okay? Here are your screws. All right.
My high school wood shop built a replica here to St. Louis.
The plane, keep driving.
Yeah, the plane.
Drive it until the glue squeezes out. Okay, all right. Sweet. So I'll be have you ever been a supervisor?
Yes.
Okay, then you know what I'm doing right now. Get to work. Time is money. All right.
I was a squad leader in the Air Force.
And you said that you were like on the missile silos, right?
Exactly. Which was perfect for me. It's a daydreamer's paradise.
Is that a little nerve-wracking? You watch all the Twilight Zone episodes where, the launch codes are given. Of course, this is back in the day. We don't think about it, but boy, it was terrible.
Well, that was the height of the Cold War. I was in the 1975 to 79. Okay. So we're supposed to be, oh man, it goes all the way through.
That's why we're going to take it out after it's clamped, see?
Oh, okay.
So now this is the inside of the casket. Zoop. Then we'll put the boards on top, the bottom on top.
Okay.
All right.
These fingers don't work so well because they've been frostbit 3 times.
Don't drill that into the deck. Okay, go ahead.
what's the deal here?
There we go. All right. One of the reasons I like to build as I go is helps you, there's less thinking involved because you can actually see it in progress, right? So we know that this is the other side. And we know it's going to go like this, right? We know, and we know that there's going to be a lip on the other side of this right here. So we don't, now I don't have to think if I got it on the wrong side. Or, it's fairly straightforward. Sometimes things are mirrored and then you get kind of messed up, but we're okay. So let's take this. This is done. We're going to take this off and dry it for a little bit. Just set it on the ground or someplace, okay? And now, what's next on this one, Stephen? What do we have to do first?
Well, we got to put these...
Nope, that's not the first thing. This is the first thing.
Oh, right? Okay.
And why is that?
Well, we got to measure it.
That's right. And why do we want to indent it like
twice
this?
Measure twice and cut once.
And why are we insetting this like so?
I don't know.
Because this is where the casket end is going to be.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Okay.
Exactly. That's what you say.
That's right. That's why I'm in management.
That's right.
I can't tell you how many caskets I've built over the years. Actually, I can. This is the first one. There you go. As I did the math, wait a minute. It is just, okay, now we're going to do the same thing. Same thing. Grease them up, clamp them. Okay, so with this, you talked about a green burial. Let's just visit about that a little bit. A green burial has a lot of possible meanings. Sometimes that means that we're not going to embalm.
Right.
Sometimes that means some people, they just want to go right into the ground wrapped in a shroud. They don't even want a casket. That's pretty extreme. And some say, I don't even want a marker. So they just want to go out in the field somewhere and be buried.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll put a stone that's lying around next to it. That's ultimate full-on, no-nonsense green burial. And you can do that, but you can't, you got to go through the authorities.
Right.
If you just bury a body in a field with nobody around, they call the cops and they think you've done something.
Right. It's a crime scene.
Exactly. It's a crime scene. Now, national cemeteries are going to give you not a vault. That's the box, the big concrete box that the casket goes in.
Right.
And it's not a vault. A vault is sealed.
Right.
It's called a grave liner. And it's also made of concrete, but its only purpose is to keep the ground from collapsing.
Right.
If you've gone to old cemeteries, you see the ground collapses on the casket. That's a hassle for mowing and maintenance. So everybody gets a grave liner.
Right.
So you will get a grave liner that this will be put into.
Okay.
The grave liner is porous, which means as the ground level goes up or down, right? A water table, you will be in the elements.
Yeah, so this will all biodegrade inside that space.
Inside that space.
Right.
Some people absolutely want that. Some people hate that. So there are some cowboy cemeteries that people, and they're just rustic. Nobody wants a grave liner. Nobody wants a vault.
Right.
Well, the guy who runs the cemetery, that's a little source of income for him, right?
Right.
So a buddy of mine was telling me that this guy would lead him out, show him the cemetery, and walk him by a badger hole. We had cut little pieces of fabric and just laid them around the badger hole. And he says, yeah, so this is, what's that? Oh, that's for people, sometimes they don't get a vault. And then they look at that, and then they think of their mom, and they say, we better get a vault, right?
Oh, there's con artists everywhere.
Well, here's the truth. After you die, you won't care. But the funeral and the burial is for the people who are still alive. Right. Now, and that's also closure. That's also ceremony, right? So it is both. It's both silly because, I put it this way. You shouldn't think about a funeral for you because you'll be dead. What difference will it make?
Well,
the funeral's for the people who are left, and you don't, and you have family,
right.
but they're not talking to you, right?
Well, I'm estranged right now, but let's say I have a grandchild or a great grandchild, and they decide they want to research. They say, well, Grandpa Jelinek, he's buried at this cemetery, and the one thing about the government is they keep good track.
Yes, they do.
They keep good records. So if they Google my name, they'll find me. I mean, my parents are both buried at Fort Snelling.
That's in Minnesota.
Where you used to work there.
Yeah, my parents are buried there as well. My dad said for years, don't worry about it. It's all taken care of. It's all taken care of. So I thought it was all taken care of. No. His idea of taking care of us that he wanted to be buried at Fort Snelling.
Right.
Didn't talk about anything else.
He didn't tell you about the DD Form 214.
Well, he didn't say whether he wanted to be cremated. He didn't say whether he wanted to be, if he wanted a ceremony in a church. Didn't say what he wanted for any of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, again, the funeral's not for. Okay, so here it is. Now we're going to hold that, balance that there like so. All right. This is going to be the bottom. So I just want to make sure that everything's going to fit okay. We can cut things shorter. We can't cut them longer. Okay, hold that like so. Balance it up like so. Sneak this in like so. Okay. Now, we're going to put 2x4s across underneath.
Okay.
This is the bottom. Okay.
Right.
Hold this like so. And if everything's good in the world, and there's no guarantees, if Jeff thought about it carefully enough, this will nest in the sides. And I'm not going to have to recut anything. Let's just see. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You can't cut them longer.
I'm going to have to. Okay. So this is what we want, and I want this nesting on the top. So Uncle Jeff needs to cut this much off the top. That's fine, on this box right here.
But what do we do with this gap?
Well, that's fine. That's going to come in. What in the world happened here? Wait a minute. Let's try this instead. No, you're right. God bless America. Yes. Now, if this was a high-end show, what we would do is we'd clip all of this out.
Right.
So nobody would know that Bob Vila or Norm Abrams.
It's the heirs that add interest.
So no, thank you. Thank you for saying that. No, we're going to do this. We're going to measure from the outside to the outside. What's that?
That's 25 inches.
25, and now we're going to go, okay, now, the box, the top of the box. Let's get the top of the box. The top of the box is this. Oh, dang it.
I'm in the way.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Grab that there. All right, just to make sure. Okay. It's going to set inside. Just hold it, and I just want to pull in the sides, okay? So this will be the top, like so. Okay?
Yeah.
And we're going to put the same lip on the top so it doesn't fall through, and this is going to be what you sleep on top of.
Right.
Okay? So we're good then?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. As I said, it's time for us to
punt.
It's not punt. If we had worker bees, they'd jump in front of the, no more, stop the camera. And then we'd be able to carry on. But we're going to remeasure this and set it, and then we'll be good. All right. What are you doing? Are you still recording? Unbelievable. Okay. I thought there was something about running out of battery. I thought there was something about we can't go on forever. What is it? What is this, a blooper reel? For God's sakes, you know, cut it out. I mean, it's my first casket. After it's done, I'll do the plans, okay? Unbelievable. You know what? I have a reputation to uphold, and it's not a good reputation, but you think they'd at least try to help a guy out a little bit. Okay, now this is not a tape measure, it's a story stick. Pretty simple, just a stick of wood. And I put that mark here. That's how wide the piece of plywood needs to be.
Okay.
And this mark here is how tall it needs to be.
Okay.
So I don't have to remember any measurements. And as you can just see, measurements have not always been my friend. This is why we have what I call Plan B. What is Plan B, Jeff? Here, hold that stick for me. Jeff, tell me about Plan B. Plan B is never order the right amount of material.
Always have some extra
Always
on
get
hand.
extra material. We're good. That's good right there. Yeah, this whole shed is loaded with wood.
Well, you got two canoes up there.
Yeah, I made those canoes.
Did you really?
Yeah. I made that one when I was 16. And this one I made for a youth project for our church.
And there's two of them.
There's two of them. Yep, yep.
We could go down the Mississippi
You
River
know,
together.
I want you to, can you see the bottom of this canoe here?
Yeah.
This new one? Okay.
Yeah, it's beat up. It's
Oh my
seen
goodness.
action.
You think it would be fun to build a canoe and take it down the river? No, it's horrible. It's horrible. Because you know what's in that river? A rock.
There's lots
And
of
you
rocks.
will hear that rock go, "Err," and you will see it. "Err." There's actually
And there's pieces of wood floating.
Yeah. So you think it's a good idea, and then you go, yeah, I'm just going to rent the aluminum one. That's what you wind up doing. Anyway, one of these days I'll fix the crack in that canoe and bring it up to snuff so it's beautiful. And then, you know, someday my kids or grandkids will sell it on eBay.
You don't like my idea of going down the Mississippi
Well, I
River?
love the idea of going down the Mississippi River.
It's only like 2,600
Yeah,
miles.
well, I like the idea of going down the Mississippi
Right,
more
you
than
don't
going
wanna go up, yeah.
Not if I have to.
No, that
Okay,
current gets...
So we're going to have to, and this is screwed into the wall so it doesn't fall in my convertible, and we'll take it out and we'll bring it down to the shop and cut what we need, okay?
Okay, that's not where I lost my GoPro camera. It got misaddressed, which was my error. I sent it to my brother in St. Paul.
So one of the things that you're saying, that I heard you say, was that if you're nomadic, you can see the country, but you can't stop. You got to just keep going, because you can stay one night and you're fine. Stay 2 nights and the cops show up. Is that right?
Well, it depends.
Sure.
Like, I'm heading out to the Appalachian Trail.
Okay.
And there's nothing unusual to see a vehicle like mine parked at a trailhead.
I see.
So when the authorities do their patrols, they see, and they're just going to say, well, this guy's
But if you're
camped
driving
out by the trail.
If you're driving across country and you pull over in a little park in a little town,
Yeah, you need to
you
need
can
to
do
move
that
around.
exactly one day.
Yeah, that's
And
what
the-
I do.
And they say, hey, what are you doing here? Get out.
Get out. I haven't been harassed at all.
No, okay. All right.
I've been fortunate.
Yeah, yeah.
You hear all these horror stories of people being harassed and arrested. I did get cuffed up down in Lake Havasu City down in Arizona, because I ordered something on Amazon
yeah.
and Google had the wrong address.
Okay.
I had a P.O. box and I was having them mail it to the post office.
Yeah.
Well, the address Google had for the post office was across the street
Okay.
in a salon.
Okay.
So
Like a hair salon.
a hair salon,
Yeah.
yeah. And so then I go to the post office and they go, well, that's the wrong address. That's across the street next to the Planet Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, I'll just go over there. So I go over there,
Mm-hmm.
and the technicians are all back with the customers.
Cutting hair and stuff.
Yeah, doing whatever they're doing. And I didn't want to interrupt their business. and I saw my packages sitting there on the counter.
Okay.
So I took them, right?
They were your packages.
They were my packages with my name on it. And somebody saw me do that.
Yeah.
And,
Which, yeah.
And so then they reported me as a thief, a porch pirate.
Yeah.
So to speak. And so then they collected my vehicle description and information. Next thing you know, I'm getting pulled over and cuffed up, taken to jail.
Okay.
And I said, well, I show them on my phone. This is what I ordered. This is where it got misdelivered.
Okay.
And then, and then they have me, they took me down to the jail.
Okay.
And then he receives a phone call.
Yeah.
And then I say to the guy, says, I guess we're going to go back to my truck now, aren't we? Because I'm overhearing the conversation.
Sure.
And so they say, yeah, the is unfounded.
Okay.
But anyways, this is what happens.
Yeah. The cops have a lot of power. Be nice to the cops. The cops, even if they're not nice, you got to be nice to them. Otherwise, they'll just stack on the charges.
Oh, yeah.
Resisting, assaulting an officer, blah, blah, blah. Verbal abuse of an officer, blah, blah, blah. They can say what they want. Now, I've never been rousted by the cops. I don't want to be rousted by the cops. I'm afraid of being rousted by the cops. And the only way to be not rousted by the cops, I think, is to be squeaky clean, if at all possible. Okay, so here. Why don't you haul that piece of plywood over while I drink this coffee? No, I'll help you.
Okay.
I'll help you.
You got one of those panel?
How do I?
Holders?
I should get one. I've had one in my time. Okay.
Well, then I could carry it.
Face around the other way. Face around. Put your elbow over the top.
I need to get rid of this story stick.
No, give me the story stick. Okay. Like so. Face that way. Face that way. Face the way you want. Face the way you want. There you go.
I just want to grab it from the bottom.
All right. You do you. See, now I'm walking straight ahead now. See how easy it is for me to walk? And you're doing that. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, if we're on both on the same side, it'd be easier yet.
No, because we counterbalance each other.
Okay. All right.
Maybe.
All right. Shut it down.
So I think it was you were saying, I'm basically asking for a kosher burial.
Yeah, kosher, a Jewish burial. Let's set it down. You have to be buried like in the same day, before the sun sets.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they determine that exactly. I don't know when the clock starts. But a kosher burial, a Jewish burial, is buried usually without embalming, and it's before the sun sets that night.
Yeah.
Now, just as there's different branches of Christianity, there's a lot of different ways to cut that if you are a Jew, right? So they have a lot of different interpretations on that. But that's generally speaking what they want.
Well, what if you're not found dead for like days?
That's an excellent point. The next time you meet a Jew, ask him that question. See what he says or she says. Okay. Now we have a story stick, and the story stick says, this is the side. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be dumb. I'm going to cut the side this way, all the way across. And here's what I'm going to do. See this? Look at this. I'm going to use this cut mark here. I'm going to rough cut it with my skill saw and then tune it up on the table saw.
Well, yeah, that smaller piece of material will be easier to handle.
Okay. So let's get this up on just enough. Somebody is going to invent a pen that is a part of your finger, so you can just go. In fact, wouldn't that be a great superpower? The only superpower I want
prick your finger,
is
it'll bleed. You can mark it with blood.
That sounds too painful. I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're going to cut it. So the story stick, look at that. It's pretty similar to this line. So I'll just kind of cut this rough, and then I'll tune it up on the table saw. This skill saw has a special customized cord. See how short it is?
Yeah.
Okay, here's how you get that. You cut the long cord with your saw, and then you get a short cord. Don't recommend it, but
It's happened to thousands of people.
I like to think so. I'm leading by example, but here's what you do. When you do that, you got to hold it like so, otherwise the cord will catch when it gets too far. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it's just added.
So here it is right here. Now we're going to sneak this down my way a little bit, okay? Okay.
So that's not a skill saw. It's a
Well,
bush.
correctly, technically, it's a Bosch,
It's a Bosch
circular saw.
Yeah. No power.
Okay. You see that plug over there?
Well, if I
Plug
let
it
go, you got it?
Yeah. Okay.
That helps.
It does.
Now we're attached to the grid. I'm trying to get away from the grid.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, I'm doing pretty good.
You know the movie The Matrix?
Oh, yeah,
It's a documentary.
it is.
Okay, mark it like so. That's pretty good. So this is the flat side, and this is the side we need to trim out. Okay. All right, stay out of the way. All right, let's see how bad it is. Let's go back. All right, so here is, it's going to be inset like about like so. We get our 2x4s in to brace it around. It's a ½ an inch down from the top, so the lid will inset.
Okay.
Got it? All right. The story stick worked. Okay, now we're going to take, hold on.
They can always bend my knees if they need more space.
Now. Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Lay me on my side.
And this is now going to be our template for the 2x4s. Okay? Okay.
I had that same saw. Hitachi.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Is this when you were canoeing down the river?
No, this is when I was married, living in Minnetonka.
All right. So that's going to be the length of the 2x4. We'll need 4 of these. Now I did some dumpster diving here. This is a piece of construction lumber, so it's got a lot of hardware clot disease in it. which I do not want to mess up my Hitachi blade with. That would be a very bad day. But if I'm careful, I can avoid it.
Yeah, and worst case, you have to buy another blade, which is probably like $50 now, or $100.
Unbelievable.
Everything's just...
You know, I think that you're much more philosophical over my loss than yours. Okay, here we go. I think that's going to work. There's one. How many do we need?
I don't know.
4.
4, okay. My retention isn't that good.
My name's Jeff Gould.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
I think. Jeff?
Okay.
With a J.
With a J.
Not a G.
That's a good point. It's a long story. Okay. There's 2.
I knew a Jeff with a G.
Did he have a troubled life?
Yes. They closed down the factory on him, like they did me. We worked in the same factory. But that's a whole nother story. Ross Perot was right.
Yeah. Oh, I see what's going on here. You treacherous gal. Okay, we can do this. See, no matter which way I do it.
There's a nail.
Yeah, that's okay. I refuse to. Here we go. We'll just do that. Okay, there's 3.
3.
That's not going to make 4.
It's always that way.
Okay, so we'll take these 3. And I got a job for you as long as you're standing around.
Here's another one right here. It's not the right length.
See if you can use this to pry those nails out. The ones on the side.
I remember my dad doing that. Giving me a tool and say, get the nails out.
Okay.
And then take this hammer and bend them straight so we can reuse them.
Well, I'm not going to go that far.
You know, we can do another project, Jeff.
What makes you think we're going to finish this? Was that one giving us trouble? Maybe.
There you go. Well, we got to glue that back together.
Now, if this was my casket, I'd probably get a different piece of wood now. But it's just for you. So.
It's just for me. I'm just that.
Just being honest.
I'm just a member of that peasant class that's getting bigger by the day.
Just being honest. All right.
So can I lay on top of it?
Lay on top of it. I want to see what it feels like. It doesn't feel it.
See, I also use it as a chair, a couch. So I'll sit on it. You know?
Yeah, I'm asking. I'm just thinking of it. I just want to make sure it's not going to cave in on me. All right.
There we go. So, like 4 pallbearers is enough, right? I'm 205 pounds.
Well, to be honest with you, you're probably going to have some sort of a automated forklift type thing.
Yeah, because that's fine. They can just dispose of me. I'm good.
Okay. Then we flip it over and get the other side. Okay. So let's do
This is going to be your most watched YouTube ever.
It's possible. You know, I think some people have that charismatic gift, that kind of a screen magic, and you're finding it out too late in life, Stephen.
No, it's never too late. I'm only 9. You know, sometimes God doesn't reveal our true gifts until later in life because he doesn't want us to go through life all self-absorbed.
It's a good point. If you get a call from Hollywood, remember me. When they knock on your trailer.
We need an old man.
It worked for Bruce Dern.
Who's he?
Bruce Dern has made a pretty good living recently being a crazy old man.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I should play up that persona of being crazy.
Maybe you have.
Do normal people do this?
Now, you asked me a question about these nail tips. How are we going to get rid of those? Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I don't need them tearing up my house. This is quality craftsmanship.
Okay. Okay. These screw tips are hardened, so they're very brittle. And they're either going to break. By the way, watch your eyes when you do this. They're either going to break right away, or we can remind you.
There you go. I was just going to suggest that. But I said, Jeff, he's smart. He'll figure it out. He's a baby boomer, too. Are you a baby boomer or not?
I am. You know, that used to be a derogatory term. Did you know that? Remember that, right?
What's that?
Oh, and we were the lost generation. We were the defiant generation. Nobody liked baby boomers. And then
now they don't like us again.
And then we became disrespected again. It's whatever.
Well, the problem was there's just so many of us.
Yeah. The bulge and the snake.
Yeah. All these men returned from World War II. Let's make babies.
Okay, this is a family show, so let's keep it All right, let's see what happens.
Isn't that family?
Okay, so
We're
I
talking
guess
about making
literally that is
family.
a family show. Okay, let's lay it down. Okay.
Just say, well, he's just an old crusty veteran.
Okay. Do you want to lay in it?
Sure. The glue's over there, so I'll make that the foot.
Okay.
I might need to get a
Scooch
walker.
down. Scooch down. You got another couple of inches. There we go. There we go. Yeah, don't get comfortable.
It's not comfortable, but I'll be dead.
Here's a question for you now. Okay, put your hands down by your belly. There we go. All right, now
You can put the lid on.
we're gonna try it.
If I hear a screwdriver, I'm pushing.
By now, the potion we put in your coffee should be coming.
I thought this was a family show.
Families love that kind of stuff. Wow, there we go.
I escaped. I'm Houdini as well.
Ha. Ha.
Well, this is interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? I mean, think about that. I mean, that's very few people contemplate their mortality.
Can I tell you a story?
Sure.
I probably have already told you this story, but I was up in a fire tower in Vermont,
Yeah.
highest elevation for hundreds of miles.
Was this when you were hiking the
I was
Appalachian?
hiking the Appalachian Trail, and it was raining, so I
The
wanted.
middle 50s.
I was 56,
Okay.
and so I want to get in. I'm hungry, but I don't want to open my pack out in the rain. And they did a little building up there on top of all this steel. So I climb up all this steel into the little building, and I make lunch for myself up in that little building. And then I said, well, I'm going to take a nap. So I lay out my bedroll and I take a nap. And my nap turned into a sleep. And I says, well, it's too dark now to get back on the trail. I'll just make a night of it up here, even though it says no camping down there.
Yeah.
And so then I, in the middle of the night, all of a sudden I hear this big bang. And I go, what's that? And then the whole sky lights up. So I'm like in this highest elevation for hundreds of miles on a lightning rod.
A steel tower.
A steel tower. I said, am I going to survive this? And so then I started thinking about it. Well, do I climb out of here? Or do I wander around in a thunderstorm in the woods?
No.
And I said, well, it is well with my soul. That's what I had been putting in all my trail entries. It is well with my soul. And well, Stephen, is it really well with your soul? If I author a lightning bolt that hits this tower and I take you home, are you okay?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, I'm what a better way to go than by an act of God.
Sure.
And I said, God, I'm ready to go. And so now I'm sort of like looking forward to waking up in heaven. I woke up, I look around, this ain't heaven. So anyways, it was sort of interesting because for the first time in my life, I faced death. And I embraced death.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. We're going to put this in the back. It's going to be kind of like a couch when we're set it up. But I tell you what, if I hear about your demise in the next 2 days, I'm going to be pissed. Okay.
Well, you know, I still have highway heaven to live
That's
for.
true. That's a good point. We'll get to that at another time. All right, get out of here. Help me schlep this in. You need some help getting out, old man?
I am getting old. That's why we're giving energy to this chapter of life.
Okay. All right.
So this thing probably weighs maybe, what, 60, 70 pounds?
I would say. It's not too different from a canoe when you think about it.
Right.
Okay. Okay, I'll switch spots with you.
Okay.
You're going to open up the...
You might have to tilt it on its side.
We'll see.
No, the door's wide enough.
All right, you get inside and rearrange it.
I will. So I fit in it with the lid on and everything.
Squeeze it all the way down. Nice. Check that out.
The head spade's so I gotta sit like this.
Well,
But that's okay.
well, as we realized, we couldn't have it a lot thinner.
Right.
Right. Well, you could probably put a mattress and a recline against, this. You want to move it over to this side?
I might. Yeah,
It's up to you, buddy.
well, I got time to think about that.
You do have some time to think about it.
Yeah.
All right, well, so
This is my final. You gonna send me an invoice or what?
here's the thing. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
I mean that.
You gonna send me an invoice?
No invoice.
No invoice. Wow, you're a true friend.
Well, thank you for your service.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Least I could do
Yeah. God bless you.
is sit on top of those missile silos for 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, here's what you did. You did what they told you to do.
Yeah.
You joined the service. You don't know what they're going to tell you to do. You do what they tell you.
Yeah, but I had an idea. Vietnam had just ended.
Yeah.
They weren't in the mood to get us into anything again.
Grenada,
Too
but that
soon.
wasn't that tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Grenada. I didn't go, of course.
Alrighty.
They wouldn't let me go anywhere because I had a secret clearance and they couldn't find people that could get a secret clearance to do missile security.
Do you want to just do this again, only jump off? You know, like we used to do?
Well,
Here's the thing.
The joints aren't what they used to
I know,
be.
the suspension's the first thing to go.
Right.
Just go, oh, man, that bottomed out those springs and I didn't even go that far. All right, hey. God bless you, my friend.
God bless you too.
God bless.